Hello and welcome to an album a day, day 142, going through my vinyl collection, an album or so at a time. Today we've got a 1975 version of a 1969 album for episode 142. I'm talking, of course, about Led Zeppelin. Boom! Led Zeppelin II. Here we go. Interesting cover, kind of a weird wartime sort of thing. Again, I guess just going with the aviation-ish theme. Not really sure. Don't really care. I mean, it's not an unpleasant cover. It's nothing that particularly excites me, and that's okay. What does excite me is this part right here. This is the 1975 Atlantic release, and I don't remember what label I had this on originally. When I was a kid, I had all the Zeppelin albums. I don't think it was Atlantic. I think I had Led Zeppelin III on Atlantic, but 2 seems to come to mind that it was a different label, but it doesn't really matter because I don't have it anymore. What I do have is this, boom, backside of the album cover. Nothing at all to even talk about. It's just a continuation of this. It's the Zeppelin without the Zeppelin. So they give us a gatefold so that we can actually get a picture of a Zeppelin that looks like some sort of acting award. Don't know why, but yeah, that's it. Kind of looks like a newer age memorial in Washington, D.C. Each of the pillars announces the band. Poor John Bonham, barely even recognizable over here. I don't know. This is just a really weird, why is there a monument to them on their second album? Very, very strange. Just a generic ripped up brown sleeve, which kind of goes with the cover. So I'm going to guess that's the original one. Don't really know for sure. But what I do know for sure is that there are some great songs on this album. And the one thing that they did nicely was on the monument plaque is they listed the songs. Actually, this part's very nice. I like the way that they did this, the marbleized. I don't really think that there would be this much shading on marble like that, but that's just me. I've been to Washington, D.C. I've seen a lot of marble, but I've never seen anything quite so shaded. But I mean, we're starting off with a killer classic Led Zeppelin tune. We get a whole lot of love right off the bat. One of my Zeppelin favorites, What Is and What Should Never Be. Love that song. The Lemon song kind of just goes on and on. Never really cared for that one. Thank You, one of my favorites. Absolutely beautiful song. Side 2, first 2 songs are really interesting because we used to do this thing before, we were like I was a recording engineer or a serious musician or anything. We just used to jam, myself on drums, my brother on guitar, and we had fun. But for this song, for these 2 songs, we used to do this thing where we would hang microphones from hooks in the ceiling, and they weren't attached to anything. They were just hanging there as if that's how you record a band. And I played a plastic, J.C. Penney's acoustic guitar. My brother played, he had a red guitar that had these buttons on it that were the effects pedals. So if you wanted reverb, you press the reverb button. If you wanted vibrato, you press the vibrato button. It was pretty cool, actually, because you didn't have to have outboard effects pedals, and that was the last guitar he had before he got a Strat. But we would do these 2 songs. I would play bass on acoustic guitar for some reason, and horribly, I might add. I had no idea what I was doing, but we had fun. And that's all that really matters. So those 2 songs were Heartbreaker and Live and Love and Made. Just absolutely fun songs to play. Next we get into Ramble On, which is a cool song, really fun as a drummer too. Moby Dick you would think I would love as a drummer, I actually really don't. And then Bring It On Home is a great way to end the album, really energetic song. But yeah, cool stuff. I just find Moby Dick a little bit boring. I don't think he really did anything that, at least the last time I heard it, or the last couple times I heard it, I didn't really find anything exciting in it, which is why I don't listen to it. And I'm a drummer. I do love a good drum solo. I do love some good percussion playing and some drums. But yeah, I've never been a huge fan of John Bonham. People talk about what a great drummer he was, and I think part of that is because he died. It seems like when people die, all of a sudden they're these unfathomable talents that, are just so sorely missed, when before they were like, yeah, he's the drummer of this band or whatever. I don't know. Just my opinion. I think his sound was bigger than most drummers. I think he's probably more known for the sound he got than what he actually did as a drummer. At least from my perspective, I've listened to a lot of drummers over the years. I've never really found him to be anything super spectacular. He came up with some good things for some of the songs, but I think it was honestly his sound was big, his reputation was big. Could most drummers have come in and played in this band? I don't know. I think he did bring something special, but I don't think he was, anybody that I would put in like the greatest drummers of all time. But that's just me. I'm sure I'll get some flack for that. And everybody's welcome to have their opinion based on their experiences and their perspectives. I've just never been that hugely impressed by him. But he was good for the band, and he came up with some cool things. So that's the point. Also, they pushed him all the way over to the end with a barely readable name on his own album. Very strange color. Also, what is going on with this guy? He looks like Peter Scolari with like a wig of some sort, just kind of in a daze looking out to nowhere. What is even going on with that? Very weird album cover. Anyway, I hope that you guys are enjoying your Saturday. I'm off to score a film. We'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.